Welcome to another episode of Let's Just Talk About It with your host, Jessica Simone. Tonight's topic is: does white Christianity birth mass unalivers? Okay. We already know that the majority of mass unalivers or public unalivers or um a lot of these, pew pew these shootings are because of our majority white heterosexual cis men, right? Majority. Majority. Almost overwhelmingly always men, right? And a lot of them are coming from a Christian background, right? And they're having their dads in the house, so maybe we need to study what it is when what it is that they are teaching their children. What is it with the Christianity, weapons, and the quote unquote nuclear family? These three things, how are they connected to birthing these mass unalivers? What is the teaching? Like, do you feel like it's the harsh and rigorous rules of religion? Is it not allowing them to be truly who they are? Is it the abuse all in the name of Jesus? Because we do know there are a lot of things that they like to do to people in the name of Jesus. Oh, pick me, pick me. Come on up, Jazzy. Invite Jazzy. Jazzy, let me see if you're in here. Oh, there you go. I'm like, why your thing was grayed out? What is being taught? What kind of
I
Christianity is being
love
taught?
this question. So it depends on which particular sect of these crazies are you talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But they have common threads. One of which is called blanket training. Okay, so that's when you put your baby on a blanket and then you put a toy out of their reach, and when they reach for the toy, you pop them.
Mm-hmm.
So the baby has to learn to stay on the blanket, do not move, do not self satisfy, right? So you got your
Mm-hmm.
blanket training. Then you have your sleep training.
Oh my God. What was that? Thank
Now,
you for
your
my
sleep
flowers,
training,
Free. How you doing?
those are gorgeous. Now, your sleep training is when you put the baby in the room and you lock them in the room and you do not let them out until the mother gets up. They wake up in the middle of the night, too bad. If they get up earlier than the mother in the morning, too bad. They are not allowed to come out of that room. They are literally locked in the room
Mm.
until whatever time mama wakes up
And
and
it's funny
lets
because I
them
made a
out of the
video
room.
about the blanket training, but I didn't know about the locked in the room.
Then there's the cry out. So they teach their children not to show emotion and they don't allow them to cry. And when they're babies and they're crying, they put them in the crib and they just let them cry until they stop. And
Hey,
so what
Crystal.
happens is they're stunting their growth at various psychological points in their lives because at every psychological step when your personality is developing, you have to resolve conflicts. When you're a baby, that conflict is you cry, your mom picks you up,
Mm-hmm.
so you develop security. You know how if you're holding a baby, they grab you when they get to a certain age. That's the fear of falling. Only two fears humans are made born with are falling and abandonment, and they break them of feelings. They break them of emotion. They're not allowed to have emotion. And then they all live under what's called the umbrella of authority. So
Mm-hmm.
the umbrella of
And the
authority is
IDLP.
government, all of them,
Mm-hmm.
IBLP, the umbrella of authority. And so that's when they say nuclear family, that's a whistle for that. And
Mm.
what do they learn under that authority is that women are submissive, children are submissive. You do not think for yourself. You do not speak for yourself. If someone does something wrong to you, like touches you inappropriately or something like that, women are taught to forgive them and to pray to forgive themselves for tempting them.
There to
Like they
yes.
systematically break down their personalities. If they're a shell, then they're
Mm-hmm.
isolated.
Yeah, they have these things where they go like you could be the prophet, you could be the mercy, and a lot of the women are, I think, the mercy where you have to carry the burden. You have to hold in the
Mm-hmm.
burden. You share the burden. So, and it's like the women, they share a lot of burdens. So when, yeah, they hurt you and stuff like that, you are supposed to keep that burden inside. You're supposed to hold on to that. And they think that if they suffer, that they'll most likely get into heaven, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so even one girl said, and she's not the only one who's thought this, but like when they hear of the stories of other women getting raped, they're jealous because they're like, she's going to get in either heaven before I do, or I know she's suffered enough. She's going to get into heaven. And am I going to get into heaven? And they only keep telling them, like, you're made to unalive. You don't, you deserve, hold on, because this is a song that they were singing on the song on the actual the little kids were singing this song. What is this? Let me
Free
see.
to be me. It's more than one documentary, girl. You got to go watch about all. See, there's everybody has watched the Shiny Happy People. You
Mm-hmm.
got to dig into the one that Amy Barrett, the Supreme Court judge, belongs to. There's one that is a mix. The one
What's
she
it
belongs
called?
to is a mix of praise. I'll get it for you in just a minute. It's a
Okay.
mix of Christianity, Catholicism, and the most weirdest part about them is that every one of those members adopts a black child.
So that
Yes, she has adopted black children. Let me
mm,
get the name of her church. Then you have the church that what's the drunkard? What's the drunkard over everything, over our defense? Him. He belongs to that big mega cult church in Idaho, where the man said that women are great persons for other people to come out of.
mm.
He believes in segregation, and he believes that a woman's only purpose is to have a baby, and that girl should be marrying as young as 9.
Let me check that out. Hang
I've extensive research on cults. I'm fascinated by them ever since Charles Manson.
That one is a lot to take in. Which one?
I was born. You know what I'm saying? Like I lived through Manson, Charles, Jim Jones, uh, Davidian. Y'all don't even know about Father Divine. You know what
I
I'm
don't know
saying?
about who.
Children of God, Father Divine,
Five and Divine.
Father,
Oh,
Father Divine. He was a black guy in the 70s.
he was a co-leader too.
Yeah.
In 1931, the local authorities arrested Father Divine and dozens of disciples. He said belonged Oliver invaded the country with his religious practice, which included black men and white women living in the same house together. Oh, they ain't like that.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. They ain't like that. They ain't like that. They had to get rid of him. But I was saying J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover was the leader of the Alphabet Boys. And that's what he was known for. He was known for core operations and getting information on people who were his political opponents, like Dr. King and Kennedy. He was directly, he was the reason that what happened to Fred happened. That was him, J. Edgar Hoover,
mm,
and the Alphabet Boys.
wow.
Yeah.
So that's I mean that's what we're looking at. Thank you,
It's
Nicole.
the MO. It's what the
Mm-hmm.
organizations was founded based off of the principle of doing just that. People of praise. That's the name of her stuff. Hers is the
People
people of
of praise.
praise. She the people of praise. It's a Catholic charismatic renewal movement.
Is that the name of the movie or is that the name of the church?
No, it's the name of the church. People of praise.
Christian community.
They
Yeah,
don't have a movie yet.
every
Yeah, there
time I
there is
see
a documentary on People of Praise. It's
DJ
small.
got one? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's a series. It's a series though. And then
what's it called?
I think People of Praise.
I'm gonna have to look for that one.
And then there's another one that's on the largest, so the if you really want another one that just shows you how
It said
easy
that.
it is for people to just really manipulate. Look, I love my Korean people. 한국 사람이 사랑해요, okay? But y'all be y'all be doing the most. Y'all be doing the most. One of the biggest, largest international Christian
Mm-hmm.
cults of
How
today
are we
is
able to
actually
offer the
based
person
off
dining
out
set
of
for just
Korea.
$2.95 at living
Mm-hmm.
Hold on,
spaces
hold
that
on,
we
It's
hold
the
design
on.
to
name.
ensure an affordable?
Didn't they
What's the
just
name?
arrest the leader?
I don't know if they just arrested him, but I mean, like you're talking about this church is so big, it's international that people fly in. I think they will fly into either California or Korea, where the head of the Ari, I'm on the phone. The head of the religious factor, he's known as the father. He gets to decide, like Handmaid's Tale, who
Mm-hmm.
marries who. He decides your marriage for you.
That's like
And
on
you're talking
Keep
about
Sweet, Obey and
La
Pray.
Luz del Mundo, right?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
La Luz del Mundo.
No, it's Korean. So it's definitely not going to be
Oh,
written in Spanish.
oh well,
Keep
this one
Sweet,
is the
Pray and
La Luz
Obey.
del Menudo, and they're huge, and I know they're down in San Diego, and
No, this is Korean.
Mexico, and this is the second one. It was the second leader. He took over
The
back
Thank
in the
y'all
Moonies.
so
day.
The
much for
Moonies.
being
The
here. I
Moonies.
appreciate all my people over on the YouTube. I'm white, always will be. Yes, you will. Yes, you will, Helena.
Yeah. Okay. The name of the cult. Well, it's known as the Moonies. The Moonies.
Yes, the Moonies.
Look,
Yes, I know
look
about the
that up.
Moonies.
Look that
Yeah,
up.
and they're
Sis.
dangerous.
They're
Mm.
very dangerous. They have
They're
women
militant.
self. They have
Yeah.
people self unaliving.
Listen, I
The
heard we were
Moonies.
People
about
of
the
praise,
As
moonies.
in
that's the one a
moon.
lot to take in. I don't, is there a, oh, okay, I see it. No,
I
is
heard we
there
were
a
talking about the
documentary for
moonies.
people of praise? I don't see anything. That's saying there's a documentary for it. I just see.
Oh, it's on YouTube. It's not like a huge like it's like a little series on YouTube.
Okay.
Hey, everybody.
Hi,
Hi, welcome in, Buzzy. How are you?
Good. I heard we were talking about the moonies.
Who is Moonies?
tell them I'ma just sit back,
Who is
So the
Moonies?
wait, you don't know who the moonies are?
Mm-mm.
The co-
Buzz,
okay,
I'll hold your
okay.
beer. I'll hold your beer. I got your beer, Buzz. I got your beer. You just go ahead.
Hi, this is okay. Listen, first of all, I just want to say what I'm about to say next. Like, I don't have a favorite cult, but I will say the Moonies was by far one of the most interesting documentary series I have watched. And also, members of the Mooney do have social media. They are not your typical cult, as in they do engage with normal society. So the Moonies, to put it simply, are basically a marriage cult. So every year in multiple countries, they do these mass weddings. One of those groups that do these mass weddings are the Moonies. In many cases, these people have not met each other until it is time for them to get married. Like, as a
Is
matter
that
of
where they
fact, one
got
of the
love at first sight from?
ain't no telling,
Well,
because as a matter of fact, one of the places that these mass marriages happen is in New York. I think at Madison Square Garden.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and in California,
Yes,
and in
Madison
LA,
Square Garden.
and
And
in
they
LA.
do it every year. It happens every year. It's a
Yes.
mass wedding. Anybody can join it, even if you're not a part of the Moonies. If you want to just get married on a cult like day, you can sign up to add to the numbers. They break a record, blah, blah, blah. But they get married at Madison Square Garden. And you don't have to be a Mooney to do this. It is a legal marriage, by the way. Like, these people
I'm so
enter
sorry.
Madison Square Garden.
Hold on, really quick. Hold that just really, really fast. Okay. To all the people on YouTube, you asking what is the right wing as opposed to what exactly? We're talking about right wing extremism. And we want to know if Christianity or the churches or these cults, the things that are happening, is it contributing to these mass unalivings or these mass or even just these public unalivings? So when
Yes.
as we dig deep into
It's
different cults
it
and all of
is.
these things, that is what we're talking about, the way that they're brought up, the rules that they live by, and how it can break someone's mind and, maybe take them to the extreme. So that is what we're talking about.
You're
Considering the
definitely on to
fact that all
something.
of the violence that has been spewed over the last couple of weeks between the one in Utah, between Colorado, between Pennsylvania, the beheading in Dallas. There's a lot going on. So we want to know if Christianity has something to do with it because a lot of them come from Christian backgrounds. Just for some clarity for those on YouTube. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Buzz.
So
Hold
definitely
on.
say you're on.
I do have to make a correction, and I don't know if we're thinking about two different cults, but the Moonies is a religious cult. I had
Yes, they
this,
are a religious
yeah,
cult.
and you cannot join in their marriage ceremony because they pick the person for you and they pick your dress.
Well, so 1 year they were trying to break a record and they did have other
Hey,
people
Dean.
there, but I
Okay,
don't
so
know if
that
it was.
means good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you can't even get, they won't allow you to get a divorce.
Yeah, 1 year they did have they were doing this thing to
Okay.
trying to break a record. They might have gotten the Guinness World Records because of it for like one of the largest weddings. And I can't remember what location this happened in, but I guess they were, I personally, based off of everything you hear from people that were a part of the Moonies, what they were basically saying is their numbers went down. So this is why they did this in effort to get more people to join, because the Moonies is technically a branch of the Unification Church by Sun Myung Moon, but he has his own book and his own, we'll put in air quotes, Bible, if you will. So the Moonies do have their own book that they follow, to make it so that they can integrate in society in a way and kind of fly under the radar. They're married, they do get married, but it's based off of traditionalism. So the whole viewpoint of this is like, everything that you would think of traditionalists, when you look at somebody and say you have traditionalist values, that is their whole viewpoint. And it is a lot of, when you look at the numbers, honestly, it's a lot of people in their 20s that get pulled into this. Now, personally,
True,
I'm
true.
wondering how this is going to look in. If the Moonies last, and I don't really see them going anywhere because of how integrated they are into normal society, how they're able to fly under the radar by being fundamentally normal, but they pay the Mooney family, they pay the Moons.
Yeah, they don't
Like,
make the congregation starving.
yeah, yeah. I wonder how this is going to go in the next few years. And the reason why I say I wonder how this is going to go is
Hey,
because of the,
Amanda.
I'm sorry,
No,
is
no, go
because of the
ahead.
loneliness, the loneliness epidemic that's happening. I
Mm.
don't know how much longer these cults that are based in traditional relationships and flying under the radar are going to stay flying under the radar or exist if you have people that are just choosing to not engage with the opposite sex at all. Now, for the research on this, there's a few reasons for that. Basically, a lot of women have outpaced men, and they don't feel like they're meeting men that are up to a caliber, so they're choosing not to engage with men, or they're dating older men. Most men in their middle ages and older are getting a lot of attention from women in their 20s. And then the other thing that's happening is they think it has something to do with the red pill content. We'll have to see more studies in the future, but basically they're saying that men are kind of, these men with platforms are projecting their own ideology into young men, and it's not fostering positive relationships or positive responses from young women. So there's an entire breakdown there where men in their 20s, I think it's like 20 to 35, are the loneliest they've ever been. And so now there's research about touch starvation.
Mm.
So
Mm.
all of that ties together. So I don't know how
Thank
much
you, Amanda.
longer
Hey,
these
Birdie,
cults are
too.
going to be able to fly under the radar, but I definitely think you're on to something about the view of that. And I say
Thank
this like,
you. I'm so sorry, Buzz.
even,
Thank you for not.
you're
Come
okay.
on, now, man. Can I get some coconuts in the chat? Because Amanda just came and knocked that hoe out like it ain't nobody's business, like Tyson. It's like it's fight night. Okay. Thank you, beautiful.
No, you're great. You've got a show to run. I understand. But I think you're onto something in that, like, even in regular churches that are not cults, but are faith based and they have their own congregations, there are some churches where they preach relationships and marriage, that's part of your duty in being faithful to, multiply.
Mm-hmm.
And they have these ceremonies that are based on that. Like, you have some churches that have singles night. You have some churches that do a speed dating thing for people within their congregation so that they have more members of the church. It is family building, all of those things. And there are some people that go to these events and still feel left out, or they don't find their partners in this. And so it can drive people to madness to feel ostracized, even when they feel like they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because at what point do it's at what point do they feel like they're good enough?
Mm-hmm.
At what
Right.
point do we start
Because
talking about the self-esteem?
yeah, I agree, and that could because especially if you go out in the real world and you start, um, your foundation starts slipping from up under you, like a rug.
Mhm.
You feel like that causes a crisis identity. When you fall in love with the same sex, but you don't understand why. When you've been raped and you realize somebody tells you like some of the people from Shiny People, no, sweet, keep sweet,
Mm-hmm.
obey and pray. She didn't
Mhm.
even
Keep
know.
sweet.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
didn't even know that it was a crime for an older man to have sex with an underage child. She didn't know it was a crime. So how could she you feel like it's
Isolation.
wrong, but if your pastor telling you this is right and this is how you obey God and this is how you get in Jesus, or you will burn in hell and you're not worthy of his love, then what are you gonna do?
Correct. And that goes out to the churches that, like, not every church does this, obviously, but this speaks to the churches that preach this ideology that you have to follow the Bible word by word, sentence by sentence.
And then this is
Yeah.
for I know everybody on YouTube, there seem to be an issue. They think that um is the right wing extremism in the room with us? No, probably not, unless you're one of them.
I
But
was gonna say no.
but I just want to also to let you know, like statistically, white right wing extremists are responsible for the great majority of extremist related murders over the last decade, accounting for 76%. Three quarters, over three quarters, right? Left wing 4%. So I'm just saying, and then every time I don't get why when we get out there, they're mad at the quote unquote left. We're not doing anything with barely even having our opinion at this point. And then when they find out who the suspect is, and the last few, even the thing in Philly, Mar-a-Lago, even here, it's right wing extremism.
Hey,
So
Jess.
I
Oh,
think it's important. I think it's important for us to get down to the why. We say you don't want to give up your weapons, right? So we need to really dig deep into the why and the mentality behind it. And if a lot of them are coming from these Christian backgrounds, IDLP or fundamentalists or Mormon, whatever type of cult that is going on, I think it needs to be addressed because it is messing with their mindset. And I could see how it could break you. And so shout out to all the people who do get out. So I just want you guys to be able to see these particular numbers here. And you can go to adl.org to pull them up as well, if that would help you and kind of get you an idea. And they break it down. And that's why we're having this conversation. I know for some of you it's a very difficult conversation to have, but it's needed if we're going to actually put America first and save America. All righty then. Go.
Personally, I think we should talk to the sociology aspect of this too. And what I mean by that is, like, just like you have to understand that if one exists, that means that somewhere on the internet, the polar opposite exists.
Mm-hmm.
So if red pill content exists, then for lack of a better word, pink pill content also exists. And so for many people, because this seems to be affecting the youth in such major ways, for many people, I would say, because somebody said, well, when does this start? I would say start talking to your sons and daughters about the content that they're consuming. I know a lot of times society will sometimes coddle men and raise daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And in other ways, you have
I
situations
say that
where,
all the time. They raise the daughter. They love the boys and raise the daughters
and
because they
so
don't
then
even
you
really be
create
loving them.
correct. And so then you create a situation. And the problem with that, it is a problem on both sides, right? I'm not going to be the one to say that, well, you have to raise both. I'm going to tell you what the problem is with both sides. The problem with coddling the sons and raising the daughters. When you coddle the sons, you infantilize them and make them feel like they can't do anything and they can get away with anything because you're always standing in the gap and blocking them from accepting accountability.
Uh oh.
And then on
You
And then
yo,
on
you
the
kind of went
opposite
out. Come,
side,
you back now.
I'm
I'm like,
sorry.
hold on. Now we gonna
Okay.
miss out on the best part now.
And then on the opposite side of that, when you raise the daughters, you create a situation where they're looking for someone to come in and white knight them. So this guy or this woman can come in whispering sweet nothings. I'm going to take all of this off your plate. I'm going to lift this off your shoulders. You can stay at home. I'll take care of anything. As a matter of fact, I remember I went on a date with somebody, even in all of my independence. The reason why we never spoke again after this, because he told me, he goes, you work so hard. If we end up lasting, you don't have to work. Like, you could just stay home and I don't mind paying the bills and taking care of everything. And I stopped him dead in his tracks and I told him, I said, if you're in my life in a relationship, it's because I want you here, not because I need you.
I agree. And you
You
should
should
want to
want
be
to be
wanted and
wanted.
not needed.
Correct. And he did not understand that. And he wanted to try to argue with me about that. And I told him, if you can't understand that, then there's nothing else for us to talk about. We never
Mm.
spoke again. This was several years ago. I was
So when
around,
I
like, I think I was
asked
like
him,
25
You
at the
my
time.
type of girl, okay? Because I say that I think it is not only a compliment. It's a pleasure to be wanted and not to be needed. Like, which means like, say you don't have a car and I got a car, and you're only with me because you need a way around. And as soon as I lose my car, I could lose you. Like, you should want someone who wants to be with you and not because of
yep,
just what you can
they
give
don't
them.
know want and need. They don't know the difference between want and need. I wanted to say this. I think, Jess, when I first met you, I was talking about this very
Thank
exact
you,
issues,
Piper.
and I told you that I worked for the Trump administration, and in his first 4 years, regarding Mhm. in his first 4 years, one of the first things he did was he had us change CVE, counterviolent extremism, and CT, which were general terms that are used to encompass all types of T and all types of violent extremists, to CIVE or CVIE and CIT. It went from counter-violent extremists, all encompassing, to counter-violent Islamic extremists. It went from counter T, oh, those are cute, to
Right?
counter
I feel like
Islamist
Usher. Like,
T.
watch this. Oh, okay, my bad.
So it became a targeted thing in which he made a memorandum, an internal memorandum, that we were to all stop trying to look for violent extremists here in the United States. In addition to that, Buzz nails it on the head with the coddling of boys and the raising girls, is that also when we then get them on societal market where the alpha male is supposed to be leading because you coddled this male and they have so much privilege that society has painted out for them, they're making the norm mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
They're setting the bar as mediocre because they've been coddled and still got this entitlement and this access to these to this job, to this career. But what are girls called that have been raised? And then they want that same thing. They're called the B. So it feeds into the system. And the other issue we have to deal with is like, I love how Buzz said, if there's a red, there's a pink.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. The question is what their drivers are. What is driving them? That is what we have to understand when we are countering any type of issue or concern. If you only treat the symptom, you will never understand the root and understand how to stop it. And somebody else did something that's very key. Did you know that in counter-violent extremism and counter T, do you know what age we start?
Mm-mm.
We start in middle school.
It's got to
Sometimes we
be
start in elementary school.
because the memes.
That's why Sesame Street, well, it's even more than that, Buzzy. And
Okay,
I
I'm
say
gonna
this
lay out what the
everywhere.
fuck is happening.
Okay, go ahead. Because I'm gonna play
That's
this
why
afterwards.
it's so critical that Sesame Street existed, especially in places where poverty, not just in the United States, exists. The moment you give someone the power to read, write, says tea, please don't mess with my tea, chica. The moment you give
Hey,
somebody
Chrissy.
the power to read and write, they gain independence and the ability to make logical judgment. Most people in Islam who study Islam cannot read Arabic. They can't read it. So then when you have to, you didn't.
So they can tell.
Most
So they
people.
can tell them what it say, and you don't read what it say.
Exactly. But if
You
you
don't second
teach them
guess.
to read Arabic, now they can be, no, Negro, what you say right here? Don't say this right here. Just say this right here. This is what this say right here. Not what you are telling me it says. Now you can look up the facts yourself versus going off of what somebody's told you.
You know
That
what?
is
That's
why
tea.
education is important.
No, that's tea. Because in the United States of America, what most people don't know, and I wish that more people
Happening
knew
right now.
this, is that there is I call it the preschool to prison pipeline, but more accurately, there is a third grade to prison pipeline. And
Oh
it's one
yeah,
of
for
those
sure.
situations where it's not just like a lot of people hear that and they think that when you
Thank
say
you,
that you're just
Amanda.
talking about the Black community or you're just talking about the Hispanic community. No, that third grade to prison pipeline is the whole of the United States of America. They look at the average comprehension level of children in the third grade. If they can read statistically, what we know is if your child is in the third grade and is reading on or above level, the chances of them going to prison are slim to none. However, if they get to third grade and they are struggling or they are not reading on level, first of all, the chances of bringing that literacy up drastically goes down, and the chances of them going to prison when they are older goes up. And that's how they determine the amount of beds they put in prisons in the United States of America, by looking at the kids. And for people that can't understand that, you have to think of the theories of in
Thank you,
childhood.
Hoya.
And I would suggest that everybody look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and they look at Erickson's life stages of development and the fundamentals of what happens if there is not early intervention. And so, yeah, I think Jazzy is spot on with that. Like when you look at the kids, you can see the pitfalls. We can see the problems, and they're not building bridges quick enough to fix those problems. And for the person that said that it is in the comment section, I think somebody said that yes, it's that whiteness birth set. I wish that it would be as targeted as that, but in conversations around social theory like this, you have to understand that while this country was built within that whiteness, what happens is you have people that want to assimilate to fit in or to feel like they're just as good. And that's how the roots really dig in. So it's more than whiteness at this point. Unfortunately, extremism is affecting even put it this way. How many people do you see on this app that are minorities, that are conservative and agreeing with everything? So it's not just palm colored people anymore. That is not language that we can use, because with our own two eyes, we can see how it's infected the minorities.
So this one thing I was gonna say, and then I'm going to bring in Scruff here in a second. One, draw some coconuts for Amanda and Oya. Thank y'all for knocking out that goal. I appreciate you. Two, I want to play this video. I'm trying to figure out how to speed it up on the computer. I know I've done it before. And then I want to bring and Scruff. Thank you everybody for being in here on YouTube. I think we're talking about getting down to the bottom of it. Why does a lot of them, these mass unalivers, come from either a white Christian background? What is being taught in Christianity? What is going on in the White House? You know what I mean? And shout out to Bree. I know y'all see you in the comments. You know, you're always welcome up, but it's always no pressure. For also too giving us a lot of insight into it, especially down in the South. All right, here we go. Oh,
Because the cognitive dissonance is insane. Before I start this might be a little bit longer, so hit the 2x.
Let me see how I can.
But I grew up in the white evangelical church, finally fucking left, but was a worship leader, was a youth leader at one point, and I can tell you exactly why shit is going down the way it is. Two separate realities are happening right now. There's one reality where those of us with critical thinking, understanding of how systems work, racism, bigotry, all that shit, that's the reality that we're rooted in. That's what's actually happening. The other reality that has been created for white evangelical Christians is what they're stuck in. So as a Christian, you learn about the Old Testament, the New Testament. In the Old Testament, God was violent as fuck, but it gets normalized in a way to you because it was a justified violence that, you know, we're taking cities for God. These cities were evil, so kill every man, woman, and child. Like, that shit's actually in the Old Testament. Then you fast forward to the New Testament, and you have this
Anybody
idea
know
of
how I can
Jesus,
fast
right?
forward? I can't.
Living
Not
the
fast
perfect
forward,
life.
but speed it
The
up.
Bible talks about there's no greater sacrifice than laying your life down for your fellow man. Put a pin in that. All throughout the Bible, and reinforced in Scripture, they talk about how imperfect people are used to spread the gospel of Christ. So that's why people like Trump, like Charlie Kirk, their words and actions don't fucking matter to white evangelical Christians as long as it's presented as the bigger picture under the umbrella of white evangelical Christianity, white supremacy, white nationalism. And so simultaneously, the Bible also victimizes Christians. You will be hated for standing up for Christ, right? Talk about that in the New Testament. And you can see this all throughout history, the way the Bible has been used to justify some of the most heinous shit in this country, specifically in America, because it's always within the white people's perception of the greater good. Really, it's just colonial violence towards fucking everybody. But when
I did
you
it
as a
last
white
time, so.
person, as a white evangelical Christian, can be both the leader of moral and ethical truth and simultaneously be
Because it's a good video, but I
the
do want to
victim of
speed his
anybody
ass
that
up.
doesn't believe like you do, and package it under this idea of unconditional love while simultaneously telling people they'll go to hell if they don't believe the same thing you do. You create a narcissistic cycle, right? So then I can, as a white evangelical Christian, get away with any bullshit as long as I ask for forgiveness. And the greatest sin, unforgivable sin, is denouncing Christ, right? Everything else, 10 Commandments, you know, they don't really give a fuck about that. They want to put it up in school.
I did it the other time, so I thought
you see white evangelical Christians, white supremacists carry out violence all the fucking time, but it's justified because I can't see other people as human in their full humanity if they do not align with what I stand on, with my beliefs. The Bible talks about there's only one way into heaven, and that's through Jesus Christ. And so when we have people,
no, it's not on YouTube. It's on TikTok. It's on TikTok. Should be in the settings. I don't
again, like Donald Trump and Charlie
make
Kirk,
it big.
if they are
Don't you just
preaching
hold the
this
screen and pull it
or
down?
throwing this shit out there, sticking it to the wall, Christians are going to eat that shit up. And then the clicks in their brain that
because I definitely don't listen to white people who are leaving these cults, right? Because I think it's because they're giving us insight into what the fuck is happening, why they can justify. Because in our eyes, we're like, how could you think such a thing? How could you be so mean? And if I'm doing it in the name of Jesus, I can do it. Hey, Melanie, if I'm doing it in the name of Jesus, it's not a problem, right? If I'm doing it in the name of Jesus, you're less than me because you don't even believe in my faith. But I wonder what they feel like, and I would like to get him on here too one day. But because I wonder what it feels like when you when somebody else does something to you and say it's in the name of Jesus. Is it okay? I swear to God, like less than 10 seconds. Even though I'm talking about something, I was thinking about you. I was like, damn, I wonder where it's at yet. And you say, hey, my beautiful Jess, we telepathically talk, just so y'all know. If they don't want anyone that is not Christian in America, will their anger settle down? No, because they're angry inside. They're built out of anger. They're telling them to idolize their unaliving while they're children. But you know what? Let me bring a scruff nerve. How are you?
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing amazing. How about yourself?
Good. So I've met I mean, I know Free and you and I have like really not encountered each other a whole lot. But I'm I'm typically on Robin's lives. And I've been on Freeze a couple times and a couple
We
other
love
people.
Robin too.
I essentially grew up just like he did. Oh, I can't hear you.
No, I was reading a comment said to adjust the video you're watching, press and hold the video and then select your display. Yeah, I thought so, but I clicked it and didn't do that. What up, Jaden? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My apologies.
So I grew up pretty much the exact same situation that he did. And I was in church every Sunday. I was one of the leaders in the youth group. I was very active. And one of the things, though, I grew up just outside of the suburbs.
Okay, I'm going to lay out.
At one point, I had gone to the wall that was put up after the '68 riots. But if you're at all familiar with Detroit, the 8 Mile that's there is the border between, and this is what's kind of taught to everybody. 8 Mile is the border between rich and poor. It's the border between black and white. It's the border between crime and not crime. So couple that idea with this idea, like he was talking about in scripture, where we see, the Old Testament, David was told to go and like the dogs, the cats, the rats, the people, the everybody in between. And then David gets in trouble because he saved some of the livestock when God told him to, scorch earth on some of those places. We see the same thing with the Israelites and their march around Jericho. So both of those, and I've said this before, first I identify myself as a recovering racist. And I say that because it's almost impossible to be non-melanated in this country and not inherit some sort of racism and bias.
I appreciate the honesty. Thank you. That's one thing I want to say.
And so the only way to fight that is to actively pursue anti-racism. So that's where, because I was actually the one that put the thing that it starts with whiteness. Whiteness births that idea of otherness. It births it in, I mean, you and me, if we both turned on Cops in the 1980s, we would both have a different experience.
True.
If we turned on the 5 o'clock news, again, if it bleeds, it leads. That level of sensationalism, I had the entire world not only kissing my ass, telling me that it was beautiful and perfect.
Yep.
All the cartoons looked like me. When they didn't look like me, they were overly stereotyped. And all of the action figures looked like me. Unless, again, they fell into overly stereotype. All of the popular TV shows and action stars and everything else all look like me. All of the superheroes look like me. That plays a level. In fact, it got to the point, I used to love watching Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't know what the flag on the top of the car meant, but I knew that if there was ever a black dude that showed up on Dukes of Hazzard, oh, that was an evil dude. That was a villain.
They already put that in your mind, so when you go out into the real world, you automatically think that.
What's worse is I did it too.
And now,
What's worse is that I loved it too.
Oh my God! Let's go! Jessica Coconuts are dating in the chat. He said, "Don't worry about it, y'all. Get y'all bags. Let's get in jet and just fly the fuck up out of here. Okay, let's go on a vacation, like a 3.5 year vacation."
I might take that personal
you,
because he
Gina.
hid my kiss. I threw a kiss and
Oh,
it literally hid with the. It literally hid behind the plane.
thank you for the kiss, Sanjay.
Oh, goodness.
Dang,
No.
this
Hey,
total
Monique.
wow.
You know, Scruffy, now that you explained your point from what you wrote in the comment section, I can definitely say that. I would say that, especially like how religion was spread throughout the United States of America, for sure, at the base of it is the whiteness aspect, but definitely a simulation, wanting to belong, that need for belonging, and that need for proximity that some people have is definitely a driver that aids it.
It is
Mhm.
one hell of a drug. Again, being told your whole life that not only the entire world is there to kiss your ass,
Mhm.
but like that it's shiny and that your shit doesn't smell. Man, that is one hell of a drug.
When you, yeah, oh yeah, it's just like it's like being a celebrity. It's
And
almost like being
so,
a celebrity and getting everything free and going here, you get this and you get that. When was it like the first time that you realized, oh, my shit really do stink? And what was the
so
first time you realized it stink, but you ignored it, like, oh, they tripping? And then when you was like, oh no, something is really afoot. Hey, Chris.
um so first off, my mom used to work again down in Detroit, and it scared the hell out of my grandmother, right?
Mhm.
Because here I am, and my mom is taking her firstborn, blonde hair, blue eyed, super duper pale, goes out in the sunlight, gets a sunburn, like first grandson, down into Detroit when my mom was working down in the city. And that was like, oh, what, like, why are you taking my grandson down into Detroit? You only go down in Detroit for a Tigers game, and then, like, remember last time you guys went down there and your uncle's car got broken into. I mean, that was grandma. In fact, my parents moved, or my dad moved during the '68 race riots that took place outside of Detroit. They moved because of the riots. They were 3 blocks away from that Detroit border.
Mhm.
At one point, like I said, after the '68 race riots, there was a literal wall that was built on 8 Mile. And I know some of this is context that now you're going to go back and rewatch like 8 Mile.
Yeah, I know, right?
Be like, oh, wait a minute.
May I bring up a point? If you if you read
Thank you.
if you read books on counter key and violent extremism, if you read books, most of them are going to be focused on Islam, which is bullshit. But if you read them, the same foreplay of what's happening here is happening. At some point, wherever it was in history, it was already starting to call itself out, but instead of looking inward, people were looking at the other, the Islamist, the
Right.
Muslim. And the other aspect of that is that I want you guys to understand this. I've been encountered through for 2005? No, 2008. 2008. Damn, I'm old. Do you
We don't
know
use
the
the O
way that
word in
they
here either. The O or the
thank
B
you, because
word.
I just had that birthday too. So thank you. My
Mhm.
titty sagging and oh, nobody heard that.
No, they
Anyways,
don't doing that either. Yeah,
do you know the number one way they recruited people for radical Islam? The internet, chat rooms.
Hey, let's
I,
go.
I'm sorry. I love that. I love that gift.
It's
That's
so
why I
cute.
kind of
Thank
had to
you,
pause.
Amanda.
And then you did it twice.
That is pretty cute.
So the
Coconut
way they
cinnamon in
used
chat. Hold on. Somebody, W is asking about her subscription. You guys, TikTok has changed, right? They don't have the regular subscription. What up, Gina? Gina, I just found out that you be going live. You be going live? What time you be going live? Thank you. Thank y'all so much. We need 2 more balloons and we'll close out that gift call. So everybody, subscriptions are gone. I guess
What?
they
What?
call super fans now, and they
Right.
raised the price
Oh,
up to $9.99.
Yeah,
Now,
oh Lord, I'm
but
so
look at the
gross.
trick though. Let me tell you
platform.
something. Math is my shit, right? I always love numbers. My
Duh.
subscription was already $5.99. And then they jerked it up to $9.99, but I only get up to 50% of it, which means I won't even get $5. So don't even worry about. I ain't gonna say that because TikTok gonna be mad at me. I mean, yeah, just maybe
They're making
either.
a lot of changes, preparing to move the platform. Essentially, what's happening is there is an American version of TikTok that apparently they've already developed, and whenever the closing date for whatever happens,
It's like
and
Friday.
yeah, supposedly Friday, but also it's got extended into December again. So we'll have to see what happens, whether this happens in December or whether this happens early. They've already developed an app that's American based, owned in its majority by American companies. So they're making a lot of changes that are affecting a lot of creators in many different ways.
Hey,
But I'm
Ron.
gonna go ahead and hop down
Thank you
because
so much
I
for joining us. I appreciate you, Buzzy.
gotta check on my puppy. It was a pleasure
Oh,
talking to you all, and I hope you all have a good night.
thank you
Bye.
too. Love your voice.
As you're leaving though,
Oh shit, my
did
bad.
oh, she was quick.
No. I had dropped it down, and I haven't. I don't know. They say bye, and I hit the button for them, and then it's like right when I hit the button, there's something else to be said, and I always feel bad. I'm so sorry. Hey, Adelia.
Jess, I was
maybe
about to say the same thing when you said it, by the way. She has
so,
a very bedtime story.
Mm-hmm.
so
Whose
maybe
voice?
she's still here really
Yeah, she
quick.
said
So
she's still here. She can hear you. Go ahead.
all right. Hopefully that kind of clarified some of that comment is that, like I said, that the whiteness aspect of it, that's where it gets birthed from. And I only know that as somebody who's now on the other side, who is actively working against racism. And I know Free has heard me say this before, that it's one thing to be non-racist, right? Those are the people that are kind of standing on the sidelines and cheering.
Mm-hmm.
It's a completely different thing to be anti-racist. Being anti-racist means that I gotta stand in front. I gotta face the fire hoses. I gotta face the dogs, because, well, personally, quite frankly, the next charge of anti-racism has to come from people that look like me.
Mm-hmm.
The next
Yep.
charge of healing, because everybody else has already done the work.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Blue.
And so I'm the one that's got to stand out front. In order to be anti-racist, I have to stand out front. I got to be the first person to be attacked by the dogs. I got to be the first person to hit the fire hoses.
Because
And
one thing
everybody else,
they'll do, because they'll lessen the blow, even too when you're standing up front. Because when if like this, how I know before the description, this how I knew Jesus is black, because white people don't hold their own up for public embarrassment. They don't hold their own up for public examples or torture or anything like that. Just per history, yeah, they may end up going. Some of them may end up going to jail, but they're not making a speculation out of them. They get the hand on the wrist, because when even Nancy Mace or whatever her name is, when she thought it was somebody else on the left and black or whatever, it was the unaliving penalty. When they find out they white, it's just like, oh, it's mental health, it's this and this, that, and the other. So when you go out there in front, you're less likely to get hosed down either for longer or at all. They're probably more likely to hold on to the leash of the dog before letting it go, because I'm looking at my own people. That's why I was telling them they have to be in the front, even just to be safe for,
No, not entirely. So
go ahead, Sajay, after him.
And here's what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
Me as pale as I am, standing in front of a whole bunch of black folk behind me, knowing that I've picked my side. Oh no, I'm going to get it harder.
It needs to be more of y'all. If there's a group of you, so if it's like 50 of y'all and it's by 4 black people behind you, because they ain't out there right now. They're less likely to do it. Now, if you one person with all of them, that's probably what they're thinking because you picked your side. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, we need
Right.
more, people who are deconstructing to stand up, because a lot of them just saying, "Oh, I'm not racist," but I'm not doing anything. Like you say, not doing anything about it, or you cheering it on, or you uphold it in some type of way. But how are you, really being anti racist? We just need more people like you, though.
Now the good news is I'm like 6'8", so like at least a couple of people couldn't hit behind me.
Hey,
So he's gonna hold the the hole puncher, and you just patch in the paperclip. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? Go
got
ahead,
you.
Saji. I'm sorry. I do have a question afterwards, but I can wait for Saji.
Okay, go ahead, Saji.
No, I actually was gonna say, like, I'm glad. I'm really reluctant. So like, I see anybody, with light skin, and I'm like, the other day I actually jumped. This YT older lady came up from behind and said, "Oh, your kids are so cute," and I jumped. I was ready to punch somebody. Okay, I don't trust them anywhere near me. But the fact that he said, like, I'm in the front, I'm willing to take the, the hard shit. I'm willing to do that. That is finally the kind of words we need to hear. I'm tired of this. I
Yours
I'm tired of
disappeared.
this. I'm tired of this. Like, oh, I'm an ally, so I'm going to go purchase a $5 purchase from a Black business. Oh, I'm an ally, so I'm gonna make one post every 6 months about what's happening by ICE, and then I'm gonna go and enjoy my YT privilege, and I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm not gonna correct any racism. I'm not gonna speak politics. I don't want to cut family off. If I get pushed and corrected, I'm gonna snap back. I'm gonna act defensive. I'm gonna tokenize family members, etc. I've been thinking a lot about this CK situation, and god dang it, like, no, nothing. Like, like, there's like that one show, or that one random ass movie, or that random book that you read as a kid, and nobody knows what the hell you're talking about, and you just wish somebody had that movie or that comic, whatever it is. That's how I feel right now when it comes to like witnessing what it was like for him on the other side, for CK on the other side. Can you imagine his face, first of all, when he found out that Jesus was not blonde or blue-eyed? And he's gonna say, like, that is one thing.
And then based on what he said about pilots.
Wait.
Are you qualified to be Jesus?
Like, I really got to ask if you're qualified to be here now, just because of the color of your skin. Like, are you really, really qualified to be the Lord and Savior?
It don't matter.
And then
for the DEI hire.
and then hold on, and then I'm gonna,
because he's not there.
No, I know it. But listen, they say that you like get to like the pearly gates or something, and then from there they tell you if you come in or you go down. I don't really know. Everybody has different.
And they
things.
don't know either, which is crazy.
But
that's
here's the thing. Here's the other thing. Other than the fact that he's gonna figure out, right, or at least somebody down in the lower realm will tell him that Jesus was not blonde if he didn't get to see him. Imagine the face if he got asked, you consider yourself a Christian, right? But you would have cheered on for me being up on a cross because this man said that he wanted to see public executions. Isn't that what they did to Jesus Christ? He was publicly executed. And this just hit me so hard yesterday. I was like, like, wait a damn minute.
Goodness.
I ain't think about that either.
Point. Oh my goodness.
It hit me last night at 1 a.m. in Mookie's panel. I was like, this man would have picked Jesus over the unaliver. He is such a Christian that he would have cheered on for his public unalivement. That shit smacked me in the face, and I would have paid and given up every dollar that I have to have seen that little behind the scenes recording. Okay, roll the tape.
I'm beam it down, Scotty.
Think about that one.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Brilliant point.
Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Blue Kitchen.
No, I'm just saying that was a brilliant point, and I hadn't even thought about that one.
That means that he was fine with strange fruit as well, but we shall not digress there, including what
Dating, I'm
just
hollering.
happened recently.
Did you hear that there's a country guy, singer, and a white Trump supporting rapper who have a song about public lynching
Yeah.
in
Yes,
sundown
I
towns?
saw that. I saw that today. I had to play it twice because I was like, there's no
Saji,
way
can
that
you
I just
send that
heard.
to me? I don't
But
wanna
they say the
like
violence
search it
is
for
on the left. You literally have a song about unaliving, strange fruiting people in your sundown town that don't come to your town because you're going to commit a heinous crime, a heinous act of violence. But the left, they're
send that to me.
crazy.
I'll send it to you. Just would you get taken down if you were to play it? Do you have
Yeah, I'm
it?
not gonna play it. I wanted
It's
to listen
crazy.
to it to make sure it was real, and I was gonna make a
A
video
mean,
about it.
reaction video. Yeah,
there's a couple
that's why I
songs.
wanted to. I want to do a reaction video to it. And I think I just want to say something real quick, Scruffy. Before we had gone down like the more deeper logical road, I wanted to like help everybody understand like where some of our solutions need to be when combating this. And when I was talking about how we need to be in elementary school, I wanted to make sure people also understood that when when the Egyptian goddess Isis was recruiting in the beginning, they started in chat forums and the internet. Everything that the right wingers are using, they literally are using the playbook of Greek goddess Isis and the student Talib. It is the exact same playbook. The propaganda, the misinformation, the going to youth. Like right now, we're just not at the point where shortly after Russia gave Afghanistan up, after a very vicious war, the Talib people went in and abducted children and put them into these specific schools and prohibited women from being able to work and would unalive them if they were seen out working. There were children, especially little girls, of when the T group actually was taking daddies and put them into the group or taking big brothers who were the breadwinners of the money of the family. The little girls were bandaging their boobies and cutting all their hair off to pretend to be little boys so that they could go out and make the money for their family to survive. And sometimes these little girls, oh, what was the name? There's an actual documentary on this. I'll drop it for you guys later. Sometimes the little girls would get swept up into the abduction process, into the radicalization school, thinking they were little boys, but they couldn't bathe when the little boys bathed because they would be discovered that they were actually little girls. I need you to understand we are using the exact playbook that they used. And if you just read some of these books, as scary as they are, you can understand how to combat this by being with kids when they're that young, by being involved in that so that you can simply cockblock. That's all we have to do. They're in the forums, and here's what they do in the forums. This is what all of the other two members I said that did in the forums. They would go in a chat forum with teams. They would say something uncomfortable to see what the reaction was. Those who did not like, oh my God, they're so horrible. They then would pin all the ones that didn't have this reaction of throwing it in the gutter where it belonged. And then the next time they would say something just a little less, just a little bit more kind of rough on the edges, just a little bit edgier. And then they would look to see who was still hanging in there, and they put a pen in their name, and they'd come back the next day, and each time they would move it, and it's going from cognitive to see how far I could radicalize you to behavioral, which is
Kitty
acting
money.
out in any way possible. That is the escalator of T, regardless of what group you're in. And it's the same exact playbook, verbatim, that these other two main culprits, including 6 other entities, I'm not going to say them all, 6 other extreme, violent extremist groups use.
And the crazy part about that, those were the exact same tactics that were used on me in Sunday school.
What do you mean by that?
So again, you sing songs, you get stickers, you get prizes.
Hold on a second. It came to my head. It's called Osama.
Yeah.
The name of the documentary is called Osama. You think it's about the Ben L? It's called Osama. It just popped in my head. It's Osama, and it's about a little girl who played a little boy during the early stages of the Talib takeover and what she goes through. And it is identical to what has been reported by hundreds of little girls. So Osama. Over. Sorry about that, Scruffy. I got mom brain. It got to come out sometime. I'm sorry.
No worries. But that the level of kind of intentional brainwashing, the level of like little bits and pieces. When I say that this was birthed in whiteness, that was the same kind of tactics those were some of the same tactics that were used in white Sunday schools all across the nation. The problem is some of us got radicalized, and how we got radicalized when they told us that Jesus loves all the children of the world. We got radicalized when we stood up and said, with liberty and justice for all. We got radicalized when so I got radicalized when I read in Revelation that, and there I stood before the throne, and there was a crowd too numerous to count, from every tribe, language, people, group, and nation, praising God and saying, "Holy, holy, holy." That was one of the things that radicalized me. You asked, so Jessica, you asked me like when I started to like wake up and when I started to see that. It started when I did an internship in Chicago. It started when I was living in the South Side city of Chicago. It started when I remember, and I still remember this, and this was this homeless guy. And I had encountered other homeless people before, but there was a girl who threw out her chicken parmesan, and she threw it in the trash can.
I love that.
And this guy immediately walked up to that same trash can, picked up that chicken parmesan, and licked it. Like straight out of the trash. I remember that. I vividly still see that, because that moment was pivotal for me.
But why so? Was it it was a white guy that licked it?
Well, yeah, but but even outside of that, part of the reason why that was pivotal for me is because I'm seeing this old white man who is so broken, right? That he was grateful for this leftover chicken parm that this girl just discarded. Like he was he was smiling while licking this. And it was that smile that I remember sitting there, and it paused because it broke me for a second, because but I'm also a poor college kid, so I didn't have any money on me. And I remember stopping on the street, and I looked around, and the brokenness that I saw wasn't black, it wasn't white, it was broken.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of those moments that both my Christianity and my whiteness was in peril.
Yeah.
Because I was taught that the reason why he was like that had to do with some sort of sin.
And not fucking life.
He had to have committed some sort of sin in his life.
Not all these shits that they have in place to keep
and
us
so
down.
Right. And so even and Buzzy brought up a really good point about how sure there are some absolute blaga people that are out there. But that's not where the hate originated. That just means that it's insipid and like a disease. It moves and it travels to get people to even hate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that it wasn't birthed in whiteness.
True. Go ahead. Sanji, she wanted to respond. Ask you something.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, now you might hear my kids a little bit loud in the background. But I think that something that people miss, right? And the more that we've had this conversation around criminalizing homelessness or houselessness, is I truly think the way that you look at houseless people. Hold on, let me move away. The way that you look at houseless people is really a reflection of who you are as a person, because they hold up a mirror to your humanity.
Yeah.
Are you looking at them with the eyes of, well, if they're going to use this to buy smugs or drinks, I'm not going to give them money? Are you projecting? Are you lacking that perspective? Or do you think that you're above them, that only you can have a drink if you've had a hard day, that only you can partake in taking smugs to try to forget what you're going through, or to distance you from your reality, right? When you look at people that are on the streets, are you judging them? Are you looking at them like they're less human? Do you think that the way that somebody dresses determines their worth? Right? Do you look past them? Do you pretend that they don't exist when you see them on the street? Is that the type
LaShonda,
of
thank you
person
for
that
the
you are?
dono. Drop some coconuts for LaShonda in the chat. Thank you, beautiful. Making our way downtown. My bad, Saji. Go ahead.
No, you're good. If you're walking past a homeless person and you ignore them, that's the type of person they're telling you, without speaking a word to you, they're telling you you're the type of person that is willing to ignore the suffering of others because it makes you uncomfortable. Right? Are you walking past them and going to a store and wasting $700 on clothes or whatever the hell it is? You picked your comfort over somebody's survival. That's telling you. And so when we see what's happening on TV now, these people are telling us exactly how it is. They have absolutely no humanity, because if they want to be Christians, God said, whatever you do to the least of thee, you've done to me, right? If you see somebody at their worst, at their lowest, and you think what should happen to them is involuntary. Can you guys stop jumping?
They lit it like a
God damn. Get out of my room. Get out of my room. Yes,
kids be lit,
shower.
y'all. Ain't nobody
God
got
damn.
energy like kids do. Hey,
No,
Pam.
you're supposed to be in the closet or the bathroom.
Mhm.
No,
Girl, I am in my room and they unlocked the door. But anyways, they made me lose my train of thought. But basically, with them saying that they suggested involuntary unalivement on all those people, that tells you who you are. You think that anybody that you see less than should be unalived. Therefore, this is how you can condone and be okay with multiple G-sides happening around the world.
So the other
Also, I'm a
aspect
gentle
of-
parent, so nobody's getting spanked. But god dang, they just really pissed me off. I
Hold
got
on,
4
stop.
running around. One came and stole my French fries. The other one's asking me if he should shower. The other one wanted me to check out her hair. She just did. It is
Hey,
a joyful
Amanda.
life,
At
but
least she didn't cut it.
sometimes
Really quick,
At least she
I
didn't cut it.
off topic, on topic. Pam, we might be getting back to that thing that we were talking about. And if anybody is like good with, I know I can go on Fiverr, but if anybody is like good with graphics, I want to create like some type of visual intro for our YouTube. If that's your thing. If it's not, it's
AD.
there's no pressure.
I'm
But
gonna
and
call
then I'm working
AD.
with audio with Pam, so we'll see what we can kind of put together.
You know AD?
depending.
You know AD Love?
Who?
AD Love.
AD Love.
Mm-hmm. If you go to Brooklyn Kitty's background, I can put some of his artwork up on mine. He's
I
good
mean,
with
do
graphic
they got like
design.
a visuals like with different, editing different clips of me maybe
Oh,
something
that
like
type of movement.
like
Oh, that
when
type of movement. I
before
thought you
when
meant
like
like pictures.
something that plays before
Yeah,
we
yeah, I
come in,
got
but like
you.
hi
I got
another
mine.
episode.
I have a
know.
recommendation for you. I have a
Okay.
recommendation. He did my YouTube. I just haven't gotten back.
There you
on
go,
my
right there,
YouTube,
Big
but he did
AD. Now, but Big AD is the one that gave my first little piece of.
That's what I was talking about.
Yes. Hey, AD. Learning to be a gentle parent
Mm.
after how I was raised has been a journey, and I get that. I get that because you have to. I don't think people understand how hard it is to break generational curses. Hey, CJ, like what Scruff is doing, what you're doing, Bree, and a lot of others.
I just wanted to say one more thing since I now have only 2 out of the 4 running around. When people drink, right? Like it amplifies who they are. If you're a social person and you're a friendly
Yeah.
person, you drink, you're out there like,
Yes.
oh my God, you
That's
look
me.
Queen, oh my God, you look so
boy.
good.
That's
Okay.
me.
And if you
Oh
and if
Lord.
you're an
Yeah.
angry person, you go get drunk, you are out there jumping somebody at the club, you're
Mhm.
throwing hands, okay?
Yeah.
If you and this is exactly what money does to people too.
That
If you
part.
are a person, if you're a person that has $100 on their bank account, but you still find $10 out of your 100 to go and help somebody, to go lift somebody up, donate, whatever the hell it is, that is who you will be. If you have $1 billion on your bank account, you're going to be out there donating the millions and millions of dollars. If you are a person that has $100 on their bank account and is going to walk past a houseless person and look down on them, see a hungry kid and hand them your half-eaten sandwich, that's the same shit you're gonna pull when you have the big money as well. You're gonna donate $1,000 maybe, so that you can be on some magazine, and you're gonna leave it at that, if that.
She said, "Baby, I got
That
something
is
to
what
say
it
to
is.
that."
Wait, Scruff. Hold on, Scruff. Let me just while you guys are on that topic, are you aware of the a little bit over a dozen homeless people unalived in Minneapolis? Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I heard about
Okay.
that.
Yes.
I think I've said this before. When
Jess.
things start hitting bad, they start at the bottom. Disabled have been attacked.
Hey,
Children
babes.
have been attacked. Rainbow community, homeless, and homeless especially because nobody's going to hear them scream.
Right.
If they don't even, if you take out the person next to them, nobody's going to know they're gone. So that's all I wanted to make sure I emphasize there because of the statements you made, Saji. Go ahead, Scruffy. I'm sorry.
I know, and I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say something that I'm gonna bring Monique in. My thing is, we have all of these mass unalivings from the children, from the homeless to even the elites. How is the solutions like? We need more weapons. We need to give everybody a gun. Then it's gonna be an all-out shootout. Why do we think that's the answer? And then, since that's quote unquote been the answer for the last 20 years, and it ain't worked, why aren't we trying something different? But I digress. Monique, welcome in. How are you? Was that an accident, Monique?
No, that one was on purpose.
Oh.
Hopefully I don't have an echo. My Wi-Fi's been off.
Oh, okay, got you. But go ahead.
So it was. I wanted to go kind of off what Bobby was saying. So I agree with everything
that she was saying. And I actually had this conversation with my hair lady the other day, and then my mom. I tell people this all the time. When I look for people and I look for their character, I look to see how they treat, especially the unhoused, because that to me is really indicative of your character. And I told my mom the other day, most people who claim to be Christian in this day and age, they think they have a don't. I'm a firm believer in if you believe in a rapture or whatever it may be. But when God shows up, you're not gonna know that God showed up. He's not gonna tell you, hey y'all, I'm coming tomorrow. When God shows up, he's knocking on your door. Are you a racist? He's knocking on your door as a black man. When God shows up, he's knocking on your door as a trans person. He's knocking on your door as a gay person. He's knocking on your door of whatever it is you hated the most, in my opinion. And if you never had hate, if you don't have hate for no one, you don't have to worry about when God is going to show up, because when he knocks on that door, you're ready to go regardless. I literally had this conversation with my mom, and especially being Caribbean or whatever, a lot of people, Caribbeans can be a little bit homophobic. But me personally, at a young age, I always went off of the philosophy. You're just a good person. You're just a good person. Even people who don't believe in God or a higher power, whatever the case may be, I still believe they have a better chance of getting in heaven than those who do believe, but are just so hateful and mean. To all those people that claim to be Christian out there and are hateful, I just want you to know when God shows up, you're not going to know that he showed up. And that's all I got to say.
You missed them, bitch. Okay.
I hate to quote a white guy, okay? I hate to quote a white guy as much as the next person, but I'm gonna quote Dan the historian, okay? If anybody sees Dan, tell him I quoted him. He said, I don't believe I'm a good person. I just do good, right? And because you can say you're a good person, you can believe you're a good person, but unless you're actually doing good, being a faithful Christian and believing in God doesn't mean that you're actually a good person. Like, I tell Christians this all the time. The devil believes in God. He knows he fucking exists. He's seen him. He's had a personal relationship with him. Okay? He was one of his closest angels, and he fucked up. You think that you fucking peasant human being, you creatures on this earth, is it gonna just be enough that you know he exists? That you have read the Bible maybe once from front to back, that you can quote John 3:16.
Most of the Christians haven't even read the Bible. I know more atheists that have read the Bible than Christians have, and they use it, and it's usually because they're looking for answers. So they read the entire book to look for the answer, and that's why they know it usually back and forth, because they're trying to understand. Most Christians, not all, but most Christians have not even read the book. They just listen to what the pastor tells them to do. And then they just jot down some of their favorite scriptures that worked for them in one point in time, but they don't know the Bible like that. They don't fucking know it. They just listen to what the pastor do. That's why they can tell them, oh, abortion is in the Bible. Oh, God said submit to the government. Oh, we got to vote for it. They can tell you whatever, because they're not going to read it. You're not going to read it. You're just going to do whatever I tell you to do.
Consequently,
that's why I said literacy is power. That's why we teach them so they can know, and it motivates them. Go ahead, Scruff.
Scruff, you said you read the whole thing.
Yeah, consequently, that was one of the other things that radicalized me, is I read the whole damn thing. I read it so much, I learned how to read it, and I even went to seminary. I learned how to read it in Hebrew and Greek.
And you could see where they just really, you either got lost in translation somewhere, or you just went on and said, I'm gonna do it my way, any fucking way.
You know how the Bible got translated in America from Hebrew to English? This is just a joke, okay? It got translated in the same way that Trump translated that MS-13 tattoo. I'm sorry. He was like, how? And I'm like, go, it's just a joke. Hold on. Let me.
Wow.
He kept telling just say it is, okay? Just why can't you just agree? That is literally Times Roman new Roman font on the paper. I can't do it. I can't. That was a good joke. I don't know where you got that one from, but that
See,
was good.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I charged my vape, yo.
Because that was a good one.
Happening.
In all reality, you're not that far off. The first English was the Guten was you had the Gutenberg Bible, and then you had the King James version. Literally rewrote some of it just to appease the king. To be like, oh hey, look, it's talking about you in here.
It's gonna change again. Watch.
Well, it's gone through multiple changes and multiple translations. The problem is anytime you do any sort of translation, just like how Google Translate does it wrong when going from English to Spanish.
Yeah,
you're right.
I mean, I am still laughing. I don't know. Listen, this world, I truly believe in what James says all the time.
Right.
Joy is resistance, and I have to joke. If you see me on panels, it is what it is.
I feel like that's how our ancestors got through any of that shit, by being able to just laugh their way, and it made white people so mad. They don't need, and that's where it's rooted in. Back in the day, they didn't like when black people laughed. They didn't like to see their teeth. They didn't want to see you to see your smiles. None of that shit. Don't fucking laugh. Even passed down generationally, they hated Kamala Harris because she laughed. How many people come up here and said, "I don't like her cackling. I don't like her laugh." You voted for a pedo with 34 counts. Not a pedo. I'm not. That's allegedly. You voted for a adjudicated sexual abuser with 34 counts because you don't like the way a woman laughs.
Oh no, I'll call him a pedo. Let him sue me.
Well, no, for TikTok. But then you just true. I know what you was about to say. True. I get what I get why you like Discovery.
Discovery's a bitch. Let him sue me.
Hey Bernard, how you doing?
I say it with my full chest, 10 toes deep, and I stand on it. That man.
Hey, just for the live, just for the sake of the live.
He said, "Yeah, let's protect the live."
I got you. Thank you, Monique. I appreciate you, Queen.
Oh, thank you, Monique.
I said that man likes children. He likes little kids.
He likes them young.
You know what?
Okay. Anybody? I don't really quick. Anybody in here from Florida? Put a 1 in the chat, or anybody live in Florida? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to say to put money in billionaires' pockets instead of free school lunches. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Y'all funny as hell. Y'all make sure y'all vote for. Make sure you guys are Bernard. If you would put a comment in the chat so that people can follow you. He's running for Congress in Florida. Don't know if he may be in your district, but you could also spread the word to the people around you and family members in Florida as well, you guys. But make sure you give them a follow. On the young side, yeah. Baby, let me tell y'all something. When we transition over to where we're going, we can say whatever the fuck we want to say. As long as we here, we're gonna say we're gonna protect the live, okay? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you show this.
You know what I love to do, Jess?
When
I see these MAGA women just like going crazy and like be like, no, and just like defending him so hard. I'm like, ma'am, and listen, this is something I still have to deconstruct from. I'm like,
that laugh gets me every time.
It's the evil trying not to come out. Okay. I'm like, ma'am, you're about 40 years and 115 pounds too old and too heavy for that man. Like, he's literally never going to pick you. Please stop.
And they be 46. But that's a whole nother but you're absolutely right. You're 40 years and 200 pounds too big. Is that Dan that just walked in?
Talk about the 40s. Hey.
No. You good. Blue Kitchen, welcome in. How are you? And we're gonna wrap this up, you guys. We're gonna close out this goal, and then we'll just add today's goal to tomorrow's goal. And because I want to they stopped serving at 10 o'clock across the street.
Hold up. You
I
haven't
know.
closed out your green app goal?
No, but I can
What is it?
we can move it over to tomorrow. You know, it's okay. It is okay. I appreciate all the love that y'all always give. Y'all always fucking show up. We just close out our last gift goal. This one and our other gift goal. Hey, Titus. Yeah, that's why get y'all a side, y'all. Mwah! Thank you, Scrub. Hey, Emmy. I love you. I appreciate you. What was I about to say? Oh, Blue Kitchen. Yes, welcome in, darling. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm amazing.
Good.
You know, just trying to resist the joy is an active resistance. So I'm just trying to do that. Okay. Keep smiling.
It's hard sometimes.
Thank you, Aya.
You know, but we have to remember to fill our cups.
Yes.
So we can have the energy for the resistance. So that's very important.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
I joined because I wanted to touch on the point where you were talking about how is more pew pews a solution to a pew problem. There was a story that actually happened here in Arvada, Colorado. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that area, but in Old Town Arvada, there was some exchange between two people, and this white tea guy with the pew, he was trying to what's the word, like diffuse the situation, and the cops showed up right as he was like getting to that point, and the cops, they took him out because they couldn't tell who was the good guy and who was the bad guy with a pew.
Exactly.
He was a white tea man, and he still got popped because of it. Like, that's not going to save people.
Yeah.
That's not a solution. There's never, I hate that. I hate that trope. Oh, well, what about the good guy with the pew? There's no, like, I'm sorry. When has that ever saved us? And then there's people that are like, oh, well, they took out the pewer and, you know, only this many kids died. Oh, good. That's great. Tell that to those parents. You know, like, it's just.
That's what I don't get. Like, why do we think that is the answer? One. We have 111 left. Thank y'all so much. First of all, Mo, thank you. You know, this is a great quote. Chow some coconuts in the chat for Mo. I appreciate you, Queen. It says, I saw this today and I loved it. If you're going through hell, just keep going. Cause why would you stop in hell? I love that. I'm gonna be walking by that because we going through it now, and it feel like you want to give up. But bitch, why would I stay here? If I'm going through hell, why would I stay in hell? I gotta keep going, bitch, because I gotta get the fuck up out of here. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay here. Okay, y'all. I feel like we can do this together. Pam, we're gonna all do it together. We have 111 left, you guys. 111 left in tonight's goal. Tonight's goal was 111, but Verna came in and she said, bitch, you ain't got your nails done in 3 months. So we added $50 to get the nails done. I ain't gonna don't laugh at my stubs, okay? But yeah, we have 111 left. And we have 79 people in here. And I'm pretty sure and all the people that are ghost watching from the outside too, you can still contribute as well. Okay, that's how you can help even watch it from the outside. All right, so I'm just gonna say 60 for the people that are in here. 1 divided by, I'll do 50. If everybody's saying $2.22, $2.22, everybody in here saying $5, y'all, we can hit our goal in no time. And then I can still grab a slice of pizza. Hey! Okay, y'all, it went down a little bit, y'all. Hold on, it went down. But if everybody said $5, not fucking Daisy. Daisy, here you go for those funky ass nails. I'm hollering. Drop some coconuts for Dayton in the chat. No, he did not. Jay said, here you go for your funky ass nails. I am fucking home. Oh my How you know I was ghost watching, baby? They're always ghost watching me. If they not in here, they on the outside of the club looking in. And I don't care, everybody. Taylor, thank you for the 22222. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, y'all. We making our way downtown. I'm hollering. Oh, that shit was funny. Not you scoring on me. So y'all, should I get a dip or should I just get a minute?
Oh my god!
Hey! Thanks, Lana. Thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate you. Hey, we working out. Oh, come on, we about to get that pizza. Thank you. I'm assuming this is Blue Kitchen, ain't it? That's you.
Don't be doxing people.
I don't want to say people. Sometimes, I be trying not to say people name. Okay. Is that you, Blue Kitchen? Maybe it's not. Anyways, thank you, God. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Blue Kitchen. I appreciate you. We making our way downtown.
Yeah.
Free! You know what? That's why you're gonna have a baby up in there right there. That's why you're gonna have a baby up in there right there. Okay. Thank you for the donut that says for IVF and just matter to me. And you mad at me. Amanda, thank you. Tree, thank you. Say, I love you, of course. I love y'all. Amanda, thank you for the donut for the slice. That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm gonna put it, and then after, if I don't get there right then, they only got pepperoni left, which is fine by me because I love me some pepperoni. Okay. I love me some pepperoni. Some pepperoni. I appreciate you, pepperoni. Okay, let me see where we at real quick. I love y'all. So drop some coconuts in the chat, y'all. Look how we come together. It's a team effort.
Yes.
And it's not always on one person. Huh?
You helped me. I got my first payout on TikTok.
You did?
Yes.
You should have been and got that thing. Congratulations.
I got my first payout and my first Cash App thing. And I said, I got to invest back in people who invested on me.
Oh.
And so there's more coming.
Oh,
There's more
baby.
coming.
Don't worry, baby. I hope you get everything you deserve. All the love you fucking deserve, okay? You work your ass off just like all of the rest of Oh, Tree, thank you for the donut. Said this is from your newest nephew. Tree is just had a new grandbaby come, y'all. So tell Tree congratulations. Yes, first chick period. Tell her congratulations. You guys, she just had a new grandbaby, a little boy. He was born, I think, like literally yesterday, you guys. But I hope you get everything that you deserve, baby. You be working hard, and sometimes it's about. Hey, you know I'm into those angel numbers, Saji. Thank you, Saji. This is for the haters hating from outside the club. You can't even get in. I will say you can't get in, but they be scared.
I couldn't type at all, but yeah.
Oh my God, I love y'all. Johnson coconuts massage too, y'all. It's joy is active resistance, y'all. They better be fucking with us. Yes. Thank you. Show my panel some love, you guys. Thank them for being here, engaging in this conversation with us tonight. I'm gonna make that pizza, y'all. I'm gonna make that pizza. We got $30 left. We 30.
What you mean I'll push the goal till next slide? What the hell is this?
Get you some friends that prop you, okay? I was like, I can't because my stomach was hungry as fuck. Not your angel number 666. How'd you come across that one? I think that anything that they tell us is bad luck is pretty much the opposite. Because they just deter. If they say black cats or superstitions say bad luck, I want a black cat. Because anything they tell us not to do, I'm assuming is what we should do. Just have a date. Well, the date gonna be there for 5 minutes. Because they finna close in a second. Y'all my date. I don't know why y'all act like we all don't go together. I don't know why y'all act like we all don't go together. The fuck? What are we talking about? Put a one in the chat if we go together, y'all. The whole royal family. Even if you don't put the one in the chat, we still go together. Y'all all my loves. Y'all make me happy. Take us with you then. Y'all want to go with me? I remember when I had the realization in deconstruction therapy. I remember when I had that which realization? See, all the ones in the chat just made me smile like a motherfucker. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. let's hit some. I'm gonna put in our last. I love y'all. I mean, I guess, yeah. Well, you can guess. You still here, okay? We still together. You can guess. It's okay to be wavery sometimes. Sometimes we don't always agree, but we still together. It's okay to guess. So I'm gonna put in our last gift. For the night. It's usually one big one and it's one big. Hey! Put a little pussy on the tips. Hold on, what? Oh no! I read that so wrong. I'm fucking crazy, y'all. I'm so crazy. Robbie. She said put a little prissy on the tips. Okay, so I should get like a little. I know. I don't know. I don't have a little dyslexic probably. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
You got rid of the heart and the Okay.
Oh my god.
I mean, she ain't wrong.
True. Right? Depending on what you talking about.
No,
That'll work too, right? My bad, Rob. Okay, put a little prissy on the tips. So I should put like a little what's that called?
She means like the princess thing.
The French tips. Or
Yeah.
like the French tip, right? I was just swiping by and I heard that. Oh damn. My bad.
I mean, hey,
They said I spit my damn drink out. Hey!
That needs to be a clip.
I know, right? Hold on, let me put the little highlight right there. Oh my god, I do gotta clip that. They gotta be. I don't want to give TikTok no reason to be like, we need to start watching her live. What she talking about? Put the pussy on the tips for? That woke me up. I know, right? Hold on. Oh my god, y'all get y'all some friends that speak life into you, okay? Oh my goodness. I support you because you is smart, you is kind, and you is important. Just some coconuts for Pam in the chat. We have cleared the goal for tonight, y'all. I fucking love y'all. I'm gonna get my funky ass nails done tomorrow after I get out of the gym. I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna get my funky ass nails done. And I'm gonna put the pussy on the tips.
Oh my god. Listen, Jess, I never want to hear you say we're pushing this goal for tomorrow.
Y'all heard her, right, y'all? So if y'all,
because I told y'all.
I love you. I love y'all.
If TikTok gives the mods access to the live goal, the only goal I'm gonna put is a lion. Please.
Get you some friends that want to see you win, honey. Let's just talk about like W fucking royal family. W to everybody in this bitch. Cause let's just talk about how it. First of all, Sergeant said, "Nah, we ain't moving no shit to nowhere, bitch. We're moving it to right fucking now. And then you can go eat whatever piece of you want to eat, right?
Pizza's better, anyways. Here we go.
Then, should we do the wolf? I ain't never seen a wolf. It could be like them little coon, them blaggers. And so, yeah, and then I just want to say thank you for the entire royal family for coming together and doing it. If y'all know me, I'm all about teamwork makes the dream work. I hate for anything to always ever be on one person, because that can be draining. But when we work as a team, there's so much we can get done together. And I just love the community that we built, the family that we built. Do the varsity squad bear. Hold on. Let me see. Let me hit this real quick.
We did it.
We did it, Joe. I thought he had on the ice jacket at first, so I saw that because I almost didn't do it. I'm like, bitch, we're not doing it. Let me see where he looked like. Where he at? That's I want for the end. As everybody give their last words.
It's one of the ones that has the little timer next to it. For me, it's under the TikTok live balloons. For me,
I saw it. I just saw it earlier. I just saw it earlier. Hey, son. And it was on the left. That's why. Let me look at the whole thing because I was just looking to. Oh, they got a little Viking hammer. That's cute.
By the way,
Y'all can tell by the way that I like gifts. I like Vegas. I love going to Vegas. All of the lights. I don't see it no more. I saw it earlier though. And I'm sometimes I be limited to what the gifts are like. I couldn't see that coconut one for the longest. Like it just started popping up on my thing on here. And I also think it's because I'm on the computer. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Phase One has sent you the what's that called? The crown. No, oh good, I get to see it from here. Yes, congratulations, Free. Got her first fucking just tell people just I am in Vegas. Oh, I love Vegas. Okay. We'll do our thing in
Just
Vegas.
tell me, I even have a babysitter because my mom lives there.
Oh, really? Oh, perfect. Oh,
Send
and
me
I
your
got a
mom's
friend there.
address, please.
She has this company where she's it's called like something concierge. And people come into town, she know where all the spots are. She take you around everywhere. It's pretty much like your personal driver in Uber. We tell you what type of food. She brings you like water, snacks, and food and stuff to your
That
hold
is
on.
cool. They even
Pam,
sound
can I
effects.
go with you, Pam? You know what? I ain't even got enough to try to go with you. But Pam, I will ride down there with your ass, okay? I will ride down there with you.
Baby to poop. And how I come back with this? Like, thank you. Like, I took her in there to go potty, so I had to step away. And I think.
Should we do pool party? One, if we should do the pool party. Two, if we should do the wolf. I can't find the one, if we should do the pool party gift, or two, if you could do the wolf.
I don't think I've seen the pool party. What is that one?
I don't know. That's what I was saying. Neither one of these I've sent. Jess, you missed the wolf. Well, hold on. Why did because he sent it to Free. Okay, let me tell y'all why. I didn't see it. If it sent it to me, it automatically triggers oh my God, so that can alert me to look. I'm looking at the gift goal, which is on top of the screen, so I can't see shit. So I didn't even know. I missed it. It's okay, I missed it. So I guess I'm gonna do the pool party instead. I missed it. But you know what? That's why I love having beautiful people on my panel because they fucking deserve it.
So
I didn't see. Okay, let me show. I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I'm looking at when I'm looking. I was looking at the gift goals.
That's why I was like, wait, what?
I have been in Free Live in a minute. Yes, and baby, let me tell you something. I love my panel and I love my people. Okay, they deserve all the gifts that they fucking get. I ain't never mad. Okay, I ain't never mad. But the reason why I didn't see it because it would have triggered. Oh my God. And then I could have moved it out the way real quick, but I didn't hear that, so I didn't move it. I'm going to show y'all exactly what it is that I see, y'all.
But the other cool part about that wolf, on our end, it makes a sound.
Hold on. Yeah. Oh, y'all heard it? It's a sound too. Yeah. See, I can't see nothing. That's why it's behind there. So I'm like, I couldn't see. It was a sound and everything. I feel robbed. I at least wanted to hear the sound.
It was like running.
I could have cheered for her if I'd have heard the sound.
It was running in the snow and then howled at the moon, and you heard this.
Okay, I'm doing a wolf.
That was really good.
Yo,
I'm doing fuck that pool really party. Good. Just we see your browser history. And I dropped it down.
Okay. Like yo,
I did. I dropped it down on purpose. Okay. I dropped it down on purpose because I knew y'all was gonna be. They was gonna be looking. Okay, we doing it. Okay, last words.
Who gifted me?
Phase One. We love him. Okay, we love him.
Dude, just tell me.
We love the whole royal family. The family we got here. I couldn't ask for a better one. Okay. Oh my God.
There we go.
Hold on. Why I can't hear it? It didn't make no sound, but I heard the oh my God, no. I saw it on here. I had to see it on the playback. Okay. Coconuts in the jump for LM. I'm like, I gotta see this. I have to see this time.
Yeah.
Coconuts right now, y'all. Okay, y'all. Last words. We gotta make it quick because We got just a couple minutes.
Okay, I'll make it quick. Fraser, thank you.
Period. And congratulations on
Oh my God!
Hey! Come on, Jason! Oh, what's I about to say? Congratulations on getting your first check too, good girl. I love you. I'm so proud of you. You deserve it. Scruff, any last words, Scruff?
The only thing I was going to say earlier, I think it was Free. It could have been Buzzy. Was talking about the third grade scores and how they project into prison population, and that is actually true. They look at third grade EOG scores based on zip codes, and that determines future prison population plans, because it takes a while to build a prison. So and I'm a teacher. I don't know if you don't know this, but I'm a teacher. My goal is to try to disrupt that pipeline as much as possible.
Thank you.
And I know I'm going from like all these happy things back down to like reality. But I consider it a privilege that I was able to come up here. Thank you very much for having me here. Free as always. I love you dearly. And so
thank you so much, Scruff. Coconut for scrushing in the chat. Thank you so much. Blue Kitchen, any last words, beautiful? Thank you, CJ.
I just wanted to say thank you for letting me on the panel tonight. I didn't really have a lot to say, but I've been listening for a little while, and I really respect your guys' opinions. And it's also an honor to be on Saj's panel as well. Sorry. That was so
Look at them unicorns! It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. Got some coconuts in the chat for face, okay? I heard a knock down. Let's go. All my girls. Where my girls at? I'm sorry. But yeah, get on. We about to get on it. We got ponies, we got unicorns, flying unicorns, we got wolves, okay? That's gonna fight back. We got jets. We good in this house, okay?
But I just wanted to say thank you for having me up, and it's been an honor. I respect your guys' opinions, and yeah, like I said, it's been nice to be on a panel. It's still a little new. I host my own lives every once in a while, but being on a panel of people of color is a new thing for me. So
you know what? We're welcome. Welcome, love.
Thank you. And I appreciate it.
Yes.
Her
we
lives.
have open arms.
Blue Kitchen's lives.
Welcome to the royal family.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. My husband just got home.
Okay, got you.
Thank you for the gifts as well.
No problem.
Bye. Have a good.
I always hang up too fast. I feel so bad. Saji, any last words to my love?
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Thank you. Because I sure was
hungry.
like, I said, girl, I'm hungry. I'll just move it over to tomorrow. Thank y'all. I'm so grateful, And the way we
What kind
came
of
together.
pizza did you get?
I'm going to get pepperoni. That's all I got left.
Pepperoni.
As it get late, they only have pepperoni left.
Oh man.
To get just some singing lesson. I'm hollering. Yo, I was singing something one day, and my daddy rest his soul was like, "Damn, girl, you can't even hum." I said, "No, you motherfucking bitch, just disrespectful." I love y'all too. It's okay. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna go work out in the morning. And come home, shower, then go get my little nails done. Put the prissy on the tip.
Oh, you sure?
Oh my god.
You sure?
They gonna be like, why she keep smelling her nail? Okay, anyways, let me get out of here.
I can't even speak. Bye,
and it will probably be on about 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow, you guys. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Tree, congratulations. Also to Free, congratulations. And